Good morning and welcome to our platforms nrpmediaja.com, also Facebook and YouTube at nrpmediaja. It's Wednesday, May 22, 2024. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Break of Day Newscast. And the headlines of our news: Ministry of Finance and Public Service reminding contractors that the Procurement Review Board exists to hear grievances in relation to matters of procurement. Bank of Jamaica is reporting that 87% of notes in circulation are the new polymer currency. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that the government intends to build 4,108 housing solutions in St. Elizabeth to boost the parish's residential infrastructure. And in other news, 33-year-old Tashwain Todd, otherwise called Twain, a studio engineer of Paratown and Parry in St. Anne, has been charged with murder. And let's take you into the world of sports. Jamaican tennis star Blaise Bicknell continues inching closer to becoming only the nation's third qualifier for the prestigious Wimbledon tennis tournament. The news this morning comes to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations whatsoever.
The NRP brand of radio and other social media platforms on NRP Media JA is your newest online platform accessible for the promotion of your church and community activities, along with news and sports related information. It's the platform you have been longing for. So call us today at 876-336-9928 or email us at nationalreligiousmedia@gmail.com.
NRP Media and Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Now, the details of the news. The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service is reminding contractors that the Procurement Review Board exists to hear grievances in relation to matters of procurement. Chief Public Procurement Officer at the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, Andrea Bennett, told GIS News that the body is a quasi-judicial tribunal that was established by the Public Procurement Act. Ms. Bennett said, quote, it's assembled to hear complaints from aggrieved bidders, that is, those persons who have participated in public procurement and who feel that the system has not worked for them in the way expected, unquote. He noted that concerns raised included contractors pointing out that the rules and guidelines were not clear. He added that the Procurement Review Board will hear those complaints and will direct the procuring entity or their aggrieved bidder to make restitution or amends as necessary. Mr. Bennett also said that the Procurement Review Board differed from the Integrity Commission or any other oversight institution in that those institutions are empowered to identify acts of misfeasance and corruption and to ensure that appropriate sanctions are levied against those who are caught in those acts, he explained. Mr. Bennett further indicated that understanding the branches of the procurement structure will go a far way in demystifying public procurement in Jamaica. The Bank of Jamaica is reporting that 87% of notes in circulation are the new polymer currency. The new series of polymer Jamaican banknotes comprise upgraded $50, $100, $500, $1,000, and $5,000 notes, and the newly introduced $2,000 bill. Deputy Governor Natalie Haynes says over time, the old notes are being redeemed at Bank of Jamaica. Ms. Haynes informed that some time ago it was said that the bank would be giving it 2 years from the issue date, which was last year, June, before they actually demonetize those old notes. She was addressing the BOJ's quarterly monetary policy press conference yesterday in Kingston. Meanwhile, Ms. Haynes advised that Jamaicans are moving towards digital payments. She explained that the statistics for digital banking, which take into account the means of payment and number of transactions, reveal that debit cards top the list. Additionally, Ms. Haynes said real-time gross settlement emerged as the leading transfer option used by Jamaicans. The deputy governor advised that so that to her and to the Bank of Jamaica, it's a sign in terms of the move away from cash to more digital payments using debit cards, credit cards, and of course online transactions via the RTGS or the ACH automated clearinghouse. Citing challenges measuring the value of cash used for payments to make a comparison. She noted that as the BOJ moves and push the Jamdex, that of course will contribute to other means of digital payments. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that the government intends to build 4,108 housing solutions in St. Elizabeth to boost the parish's residential infrastructure. The comprehensive plan encompasses several major housing projects over the next few years. Mr. Holness provided details of the plan during the official handover of residential service lots at the new Friendship Oaks Phase 1 development in Goshen, St. Elizabeth recently. The Prime Minister indicated that the Friendship Oaks development is divided into two phases. Phase 1 includes 106 residential service lots, which were handed over on the day, with an additional 151 bedroom units to be completed by 2027. He added that phase 2 of the development will include 543 housing solutions comprising a mix of one bedroom and two bedroom units along with service lots. This phase is also slated for completion in 2027. Mr. Holness indicated that there is the Malvern Housing Development that will be a National Housing Trust scheme, which will have 30 solutions. Those solutions, he said, are service lots similar to what was handed out recently, and that is set to be completed in 2025. The Prime Minister also highlighted the Luana Housing Development under the Developers Program, noting that it will consist of 360 housing solutions. He added that the development will feature a combination of one bedroom and two bedroom units along with service lots and is expected to be completed by 2028. Continuing the news, the sum of $32 million will be spent on rehabilitation work at the Institute of Jamaica, downtown Kingston, the site selected for the 2024 National Labor Day project. Work at the site will be done in several phases. The first phase will involve the building of a ramp and preparations for the installation of an elevator for improved access to the IOJ's lecture hall. The other phases will include the widening and paving of the walkway that is, to the alfresco lounge and renovation of the alfresco lounge, which serves as a waiting area for patrons and a dining space for employees. Labor Day will be observed tomorrow, Thursday, May 23, under the theme Ramp Up the Access, Show That You Care, with a focus on persons with disabilities, the elderly, and the vulnerable. Work at the site will involve the building of a ramp and preparations for the installation of an elevator to enhance access to the Institute's cultural and heritage resources. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, Olivia Grange, provided details during a recent Jamaica Information Service think tank held at the agency's head office in Kingston. According to her, quote, "We have a budget of 32 million, and this does not include all the voluntary work that's being put in. We will be getting some support from the Chase Culture, Health, Arts, Sports, and Education Fund, and the ministry has contributed as well to the cost of doing the ramp," she added. 33-year-old Tashwain Todd, otherwise called Twain, a studio engineer of Paratown and Priory St. Anne, has been charged with murder. Todd was charged following the stabbing death of 29-year-old Ricardo McGee, a porter of Hague Settlement, Trelawney on Seaboard Street, Falmouth, in the parish on Saturday, May 18. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 12:45 a.m., McGee got into a dispute with another man when Todd intervened. A knife was brought into play and McGee was stabbed in the upper body. He was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Todd turned himself in and was later charged on Monday, May 20. A court date is being arranged. And possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition charges have been laid against 37-year-old Clayton Gardner of Waterworks, Westmoreland, following a firearm and ammunition seizure along Barracks Road in the parish on Monday, May 20. Reports from the 7 Lamar police are that about 10:18 p.m., lawmen were on patrol in the Barracks Road area, received information that a man was seen with a firearm in his possession. On their arrival, they saw Gardner at the location, and on seeing the police, he ran and threw an object on the roof of a building. Gardner was apprehended, and the firearm, a 5-star plus 9 millimeter pistol, and 6 rounds of ammunition was retrieved. His court date is being arranged. And finally, 35-year-old laborer Marlon Sterling of Fraserwood Highgate St. Mary was slapped with several charges following an incident in his community on Sunday, July 9. This is 2023. He was charged with the possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, assault at common law, and shooting with intent. Reports from the Port Maria police said that about 12 p.m., a man was walking home when he was pounced upon by Sterling, who was armed with a firearm. He pointed a gun at the man. However, a woman intervened before it escalated. It is alleged that Sterling walked away, but later approached the man and opened gunfire in his direction. A report was made to the police, and following an operation on Friday, May 17, Sterling was arrested and taken into custody and subsequently charged 3 days later. He's scheduled to appear in the Portland Parish Court on Friday, May 24. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news, sports, and the weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. It's now 6:44. Now let's give you some sporting information brought to you by Four Seasons Sports Closet. They are located over there in Mandeville in Manchester. Let's go on over and hear from Four Seasons Sports Closet before we head into a sports items.
Four Seasons Sports and Equipment, the Sports Closet, now located at shop number 3, Leaders Plaza, Nashville, Mandeville, Manchester. Call them today at 876-613-7429. Cellular phone 876-363-8323 or 876-546-0630. Yes, you asked for it and now you got it. Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Shop with us for a wide range of sporting goods and equipment. It's Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Sports Closet, you'll never go asking for anymore.
And in our sports stories, we bowl off or tee off on tennis, rather. Jamaica tennis star Blaise Bicknell continues inching closer to becoming only the nation's third qualifier for the prestigious Wimbledon tennis tournament. On Monday, Bicknell defeated Kasuke Agura of Japan 6-3, 6-3 in his opening round of the Jamaica ITF M15 Challenge Championships at the Eric Bell Tennis Center. The 22-year-old, who is now ranked 309 in the world, needs to reduce his ranking to 250 or lower in order to qualify for Wimbledon and other major international tournaments. On football, Cristiano Ronaldo is to play in his 11th major international tournament, having been named in the Portugal squad for Euro in 2024. The 39-year-old Al Nassr forward is the most capped player in international football history, with 206 appearances for Portugal and 128 goals. Portugal boss Roberto Martinez included Ronaldo as one of 7 forward players in his 26-man squad for next month's tournament in Germany. Martinez said said at a news conference that Ronaldo continued to offer a quality in front of goal, which we greatly appreciate and which we need. Ronaldo made his tournament debut at Euro 2004 when Portugal reached the final on home soil, but lost to Greece. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner helped Portugal win Euro 2016, his only major silverware at international level, and the Nations League in 2018 and 2019. There are 9 players from Premier League clubs in Martinez's squad, with Wolves trio Jose Sa, Nelson Semedo, and Pedro Neto all making the cut. Finally, on cricket, Yorkshire will be granted a Tier 1 women's team in 2026 following a change of plan from the England and Wales Cricket Board. In April, 8 countries were given Tier 1 status from 2025, with Yorkshire and Glamorgan initially told to wait until 2027. The Headingley club said they were surprised and disappointed and made a case to the ECB, which has agreed to bring plans forward. Glamorgan will still become a Tier 1 team in 2027. All three-tiered country structure will replace the current regional model from next year in an ECB plan to increase investment in women's domestic cricket to £19 million per annum by 2027. That's sports, brought to you courtesy of Four Seasons Sports Closet. They're located over there in Mandeville in Manchester, Jamaica. Let's hear from them one more time.
Four Seasons Sports and Equipment, the Sports Closet, now located at shop number 3, Leaders Plaza, Nashville, Mandeville, Manchester. Call them today at 876-613-7429. Cellular phone 876-363-8323 or 876-546-0630. Yes, you asked for it and now you got it. Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Shop with us for a wide range of sporting goods and equipment. It's Four Seasons Sports and Equipment. Sports Closet, you'll never go asking for anymore.
Hello, friends. We promise to bring you a good news story as often as we can. If you know of or are aware of any event or person whose good story we should highlight, please send this information to our email address at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 876-336-9928. That's the local news and sports. Stand by now for the latest international news, courtesy of the Voice of America.
This is VOA News. I'm Alexis Strobe. In a historic move, some European nations say they are recognizing the state of Palestine. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
Norway, Ireland and Spain say they're recognizing a Palestinian state in a historic move. Norway's Prime Minister, Jonas Gahr Støre, said the Scandinavian country will officially recognise a Palestinian state as of May 28. Irish Prime Minister Simon Harris said on Wednesday his country is coordinating with Spain and Norway an historic and important day for Palestine. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said his country will recognise the state on May 28 too. Gahr Støre said that there cannot be peace in the Middle East if there's no recognition. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken told lawmakers Tuesday the International Criminal Court's announcement that it is seeking an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu endangers hopes for a ceasefire in Gaza. Blinken's testimony comes as progressives criticize the Biden administration over Israel. VOA's Catholic partisan criticism from Washington.
Senator Ben Cardin is the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
I see as a step in the wrong direction. That's going to make it more challenging for us to get the parties together. There's always been an understanding the ICC is there to deal with countries that don't have an independent judiciary. Israel has an independent judiciary.
The United States top diplomat says the ICC announcement complicates negotiations for a ceasefire in the conflict that began October 7th. Blinken told lawmakers the U.S. has warned Israel its offensive in the region could be deeply harmful to civilians. Catherine Gibson, VOA News.
For additional stories, visit voanews.com. This is VOA News.
Thank you so much for listening there to the latest from the Voice of America. And we want to urge you to continue to listen throughout the day right here on NRP Radio, where we'll have more for you from the VOA. Let's now take you over to the Met Service time and give you the latest weather report and forecast. The National Meteorological Service of Jamaica is reporting that there is a significant feature of a trough across Jamaica. The trough is expected to remain across the island for the next few days. This trough is expected to fuel unstable weather conditions across the island through to the end of the week. In the 24-hour forecast this morning, expect cloudy conditions across eastern parishes. This afternoon and evening, expect periods of isolated showers and thunderstorms across the sections of most parishes. Windy across the country. Tonight, lingering showers are expected across the sections of eastern parishes. Otherwise, it will be partly cloudy. In terms of our 3-day forecast, starting tomorrow, Thursday through to Saturday, on Thursday, expect isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms across the sections of most parishes. On Friday and Saturday, there'll be partly cloudy conditions in the morning across eastern parishes, isolated afternoon showers across hilly areas of eastern and central parishes. And there's an area of low pressure that is currently across Colombia. In terms of maximum temperatures expected for Kingston and Montego Bay, for Kingston, 33 degrees Celsius. For Montego Bay, a similar 33 degrees Celsius. That is the latest weather report and forecast right here on NRP Radio. With that, we've come to the end of our news presentation this morning. The headlines once again of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service reminding contractors that the Procurement Review Board exists to hear grievances in relation to matters of procurement. Bank of Jamaica is reporting that 87% of notes in circulation are the new polymer currency. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says that the government intends to build 4,108 housing solutions in St. Elizabeth to boost the parish's residential infrastructure. And also in the news this morning, 33-year-old Tashwain Todd, otherwise called Twain, a studio engineer of Parrytown and Prairie in St. Anne, charged with murder. The news came to you this morning courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. We invite you to join us again now, hopefully this evening at 6:30, when we have for you another package of news, sports, the weather, and international news, of course. On behalf of the entire team, my name is Leon Nash, wishing you that if you walk, ride, or drive, always try your best to arrive alive. This has been news. Have for yourself a good rest of your morning. All right, it's just about 6:56, 4 minutes going up to the hour of 7 o'clock. Just want to remind you that coming up at 7 o'clock this morning, we're going to be having the program Let the Word Speak with Reverend Paul Blair coming your way. So we urge you to stick and stay with us on the station. As a matter of fact, going over to our radio platform at nrpmediaja.com. Once again, our radio platform is on nrpmediaja.com. So at this time, we're going to be closing off on the Facebook page and the YouTube, and I invite you to go on over to our radio platform and listen to the features and the broadcast on that location. We'll come back to with our live as soon as possible. All right. So continue. It's 24-hour operation on the radio platform at NRP NRPmediaja.com. So we move on over. We close out on the Facebook and YouTube at this point. Once again, reminding you to join us for the program Let the